Hey there. So, I did not anticipate that this was coming today, but some information started coming in last night when I was talking with someone, and I really felt like after other conversations I've had with some of my peers today, that now is the time to have this conversation. So, just um, this is going to be a channeling for Arcturians. And so there's a call going out to other Arcturians. And I wanted to be able to provide the information through the lens I've been getting it. I did not anticipate doing any kind of live channelings ever, and or recorded ones. Like, obviously, this is not a live stream. I'm recording it before I put it out. I've never channeled for other people before in a message. I've only done this for myself and to get other information behind the scenes. The disclaimer about when I channel, I do look off up in here. That's where I'm getting my information. I'm connecting with other energy. I sometimes start laughing uncontrollably. It's a giddiness. It's a rising up, and it's a flow of energy that's coming through me. And when I'm also tapped in, my talking speed increases rapidly. I will do my best to slow this down. But my counsel has instructed that it is time to make this video, which it's very uncomfortable because this is not stuff I really talk about in more of a public way. So I just want to show you what's with me at the moment. I do have Arcturian with me. His nickname is Arad. And he is an Arfetsanite skull that I work with. We've had a discussion about he is not really open for channeling for other people and messages, but he works directly with me on information and has a deeper connection throughout cosmic energy. And I really felt deeply connected, and other things I'm not talking about today, but deeply connected here through an Arkansas healing quartz. And it's actually the Arkansas healing quartz that is providing information today. Arad is here for fun. He's here for the show, he says. Okay. So this is really a call out to all Arcturians and people that identify as such, whether you have had a confirmed information and message through a healing session or a reading that you've had done, or through a dream, or you identify in feeling connected to that archetype and energy, which is where mine began. My connection through Arcturian energy came in through feeling that I deeply identify with that energy, and then have had subsequent visits with several Arcturians and have had an acknowledgement that there are multiple councils that I've worked with and beings that I work with in the Arcturian world. I've had several out-of-body experiences with working on the cosmic grid of satellites, or Arcturian technology that is around this planet as well. Recently, in the last few days, I have been feeling the connection more to myself as an Arcturian energy. And it happened a few weeks ago when someone said, "Thank God we have an Arcturian in this group." And I recognized there was a sense of acknowledgement that came through that, which anchored within me to connect more to my organizational self and to understand why my energy type is very important. I've often felt, and the reason I need to tell you from my point of view is because I think it will relate to where you are. I feel as though many of us that are Arcturians are very lost in the healer world right now. We don't know where we fit in. We don't know how some of this works. We just know that we're connected to a certain type of language, which may feel more business-like. I've often deemed it as corporate talk. There's a certain language and word choice and vocabulary that we use. There's a certain tone that we use when we're speaking. There's a way that we go about it. Our thinking processes are very, very different. The way that we can connect dots, the way that we are master communicators, the way that we sense and see information, and therefore energy is very different. We also have a deep connection through technology, either use of technology, understanding of technology. Technological words make sense to us, even if we're not technological engineers. There's an understanding and deep understanding about the way the mind works. It is a mind technology, it is a human technology, and our understanding of that makes more sense to us as the more that we get into it. That will resonate with you if you identify and feel that you resonate as Arcturian. This particular understanding, while having a conversation with another Arcturian, came in to understand that the way that we are, the way that we are able to communicate with each other is starting to make sense, because some of us feel that we don't have other people. There's a deep sense of loneliness that I have encountered with other Arcturians that resonated with me, that we don't feel like we fit in anywhere. And this is true of starseeds in general. I think Arcturians often feel a little displaced even within the energy and healer community, because those that are awakened and in the ascension discussions, because again, we feel we don't fit even within that community of people. We don't fit. My example to that, and my point of view, has been the more I was able to lean in during the ascension process and find the energy channel, the healing groups, the light workers, the way showers, whichever label you have previously either identified with. I've actually left those labels and I've moved to a newer understanding. But for lack of a better context, let's just stick with that for a moment. That I'm identifying with people that connect deeply with the earth, and some that connect deeply with the stars. I feel I have less earth connection. Although I work with the earth, I feel like I have less earth connection. Mine tends to be, operates more from the cerebral space and up, and connected more galactically and cosmically. And the way I read and get information and interact with is very different than everybody else in my healing group. And I felt like something was wrong with me and broken because I didn't see or channel or interact with the information the same way everybody else was. But what I'm coming to understand as an Arcturian is our gift set is very different. It's also very needed for the rest of that collective group of leaders and channels and healers and teachers and so on. Insert label here. So the call to Arcturians is we need to become aware that we have a very unique and special gift set that is able to help the rest of the healer collective. Let's call it that now. We can help those people that are leading and bringing in new earth to help establish the foundational protocols that are required to help establish the protocols that are needed for the new earth energy, for the new paradigm that we're bringing in. We have a way of thinking and being and understanding things at a macro scale that we're able to bring into the micro and then go back out to the macro. We have an ability to create foundational pieces. And the information I was getting last night was that not just embracing what you already know and understanding that the way your brain thinks and interacts is crucial to anchoring and bringing a new earth paradigm, is that we are very much able to help with institutional systemic issues. Arcturians are here. Arcturian energies are currently here also to break through the old institutional foundational ways of doing and being and working, and the systemic issues that have come with that. So if you identify as an Arcturian by other things that you've read, or by some of the things I'm talking about is starting to resonate within you, you may begin to start sensing an emotional shift. One way that you can tell if it's truthful for you and resonating is you may have those goosebumps from head to toe. You feel the chills, a wave of energy moving into where you just like, it makes me actually scrunch up. When it happens, I feel a coil in my solar plexus. So it's almost like a flip-flop in my belly, but my solar plexus activates a little differently. That's my truth place where I start to feel things begin to resonate deeply with me. And you may also feel like something feels like a memory. Even if you don't have a detailed version of that in your mind's eye, you may start to feel like that feels familiar. That is a memory. That's how you also know this resonates deeply with you, because your memories are now being activated from times before, from Atlantis times, from times in other planets. Your information and your wisdom is being activated now in ways that you feel it differently. I've started personally referring to what I understand now when that is happening to me in the moment is I get packets of information. It's as though I've read Cliff Notes and I have an executive summary, that if you want to use that word, that I have that information that I can go back and validate. I don't often have the details. I just know all of a sudden it's there and it's accessible. So I have like an information, like a data packet. I'm going to go back to some other technological words. I have a data packet. I have an executive summary that has shown up, and I have information that I can verify and validate with other people. If you are sensing and noticing those sorts of things, that is what's coming online for you right now to be useful to help with. So going back to the all Arcturians, they're really been very big in the last week with me about understanding and bringing this forward, that it is time now for all of us to be talking with each other collectively as Arcturians, and to start understanding our role in systemic change and rebuilding institutional change. And so the mass destruction, if you want to see it that way, what's going on now, there's tower moments, there's transformation happening, the toxic stuff is raising to the surface. We're not here necessarily to be poking other people to wake up with it. We are here to be putting the new things in place. So finding the places that you need to be working within. The place that I've been called to work with is within organizational culture and structures, and helping technological systems be made in a certain way that are inclusive, that are open, collaborative, community-driven, and putting those types of practices and behaviors in place at a business and governmental level. It is about training leaders to be doing those things as well. And so find where your place is. You may not be here right now to be stirring the pot with your group of friends or your family who are just now waking up. That is not necessarily where you're supposed to be poking the bear. You're supposed to be poking the bear in what you're here to do, which is more in institutional and systemic work and reprogramming leadership and mindsets and culture to match the vibration of the new earth energies that we're going to be living and working and being in. Okay, that's all I'm supposed to give you guys today. Call out to Arcturians. Thanks for sticking through my first channeling on that stuff. And I'm going to be actually posting this publicly. Okay, good times. This is going to be interesting and fun for me. But we'll, if there are other things that I'm supposed to be bringing forward for other Arcturians, I'll let you know in the next. I will. For those of you that do not know me, I am in a short window. I have a short break where I'm working through some relieving stress. I'm not really in active work mode. But upon my return in mid-August, I will be actually starting an online circle where we can talk about these sorts of things, and we'll be inviting certain people into a tighter circle around that. Based on what they show me, I will be probably launching more of a circle for those of us that are tied more to Arcturian energy. So if this is something that resonates with you and you want more information when that becomes available, you can leave a comment below. And just subscribe and hit the notification bell, because I think this is going to be a regular thing from what I'm starting to feel and sense. And so I'll be back with more later, and more information obviously coming as we're all in the process of making the shift, and the rest of 2020, which is going to get really crazy and extremely intense. And so I think I'll be back to talk more about that soon. But thanks, guys. I'll see you all soon. Bye.